Mikel Arteta names the signing that took Arsenal to another level. Arsenal have spent almost £1 billion on new players under Mikel Arteta, but the Gunners' boss believes a £27 million signing took his team to a different level. Arsenal's productive transfer window last summer took the club's spending under Arteta's tenure to over £900 million. Only 3 Premier League clubs, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Manchester City, have spent more than Arsenal since the start of the 2021-22 season. But despite the staggering spending, Arteta believes the relatively cheap signing of David Raya helped transform his Gunners team. Raya's loan move to the Emirates Stadium came as a surprise given Arsenal already had England goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale at the club. But Raya soon displaced Ramsdale as Arteta's number 1, winning the Golden Glove Award in his debut season at the club. Strong performances throughout the 2023-24 campaign earned Raya a permanent £27 million move to Arsenal, and his impressive performances have continued since then. Raya, now considered one of the best goalkeepers in the world, has conceded just 8 games in 20 games this season. The 30-year-old will be keen to maintain that remarkable defensive record on Wednesday when Arsenal face his former club, Brentford. An amazing goalkeeper, Arteta said of Raya ahead of the Premier League clash. It's a great story as well, and how it happened, the transfer. We tried to sign David much earlier, it was as soon as I arrived almost, and he had to wait another 2 years. The start that he had and the journey that we had together has been phenomenal for us, and I'm very happy to have him. Asked whether Raya is the best signing he's made as Arsenal manager, Arteta added, "It's a very difficult question to answer, but he's certainly one that is taking us to a different level. He's certainly a player that has brought something to our way of playing." Raya is not the only member of Arsenal's squad that came from Brentford, with Christian Norgard making the same switch last summer. Norgard has only made 2 league appearances for the Gunners, but Arteta insists he is very happy to have the Denmark international. Asked what convinced him to sign Norgard, Arteta said, "What I saw on the pitch and then everything that I heard about him as a leader and the role that he can fulfill and the role that he was going to have here. The moment I picked up the phone and spoke to him, he was super excited to join us. He brings something that we don't have in the squad, and I'm very happy to have him." Arsenal's next opponents, Brentford, have won 6 of their last 9 games to climb into the top half of the Premier League, but pulled comfortably clear of the relegation zone. Brentford took points off Arsenal in this fixture last season back in April, with Yoani Wissa cancelling out Thomas Partey's second-half opener. Arsenal expect enquiries for £45 million star as Andrea Berta makes January window plan. Top source. While Arsenal expect clubs to show interest in Gabriel Jesus, sources have told Team Talk that it is another Gunners player who is more likely to leave in the January transfer window than the Brazilian striker. Jesus has recovered from the anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury that he suffered against Manchester United in January 2025. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta said that Jesus played in a behind-closed-doors friendly at the North London club's Sopa Realty Training Centre and was part of the matchday squad for the Premier League game against Chelsea at the weekend. Arteta did not bring Jesus off the bench in the London derby at Stamford Bridge as Chelsea and Arsenal played out a 1-1 draw. The Jesus was on the bench in the Premier League game against the Blues indicates that he is ready to make his long-awaited comeback for Arsenal. Jesus has publicly said that he wants to fulfill his contract at Arsenal, with Arteta also backing him as a very unpredictable player and wants him to stay. Team Talk's transfer insider Dean Jones has said that Arsenal expect inquiries for Jesus in the January transfer window, but the £45 million, €51.1 million, $59.4 million signing from Manchester City in 2022 is unlikely to leave. Jones has also dismissed the notion that Arsenal will offload 19-year-old left-back Miles Lewis-Skelly in the January transfer window, but 18-year-old active midfielder Ethan Nanner could join another club on loan. Jones told Team Talk, "They're going for silverware and want as many players available to them for that as possible. I think there will be enquiries for Jesus, but it doesn't sound like he'll be leaving as it stands. There's been some talk about Lewis Skelly leaving the club, but I think that's a decision that will wait until summer. I don't think he'll leave yet. If there was to be a first-team departure, I could see Nanner potentially having the chance to go out on loan. But generally, the plan is for January to be quiet. Having signed the likes of Martin Subamindi, Ebenezer Eze, and Victor Gyökeres in the summer of 2025, Arsenal manager Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta do not envision splashing the cash again in January for any major incoming deal. According to Jones told Team Talk when asked about Arsenal's plan in the January transfer window, "It's expected to be a quiet January for Arsenal. There is no intent to do any incoming business, and outgoings would have to be very carefully considered. Arsenal did all their work in the summer and pushed their financial capacity to the limit. They had to get very smart to make as many signings as they did, and as I understand it, there isn't really wiggle room to do much else in January." That was the plan, though. They don't want to do business in January because the squad is strong and of high quality, and the summer business has paid off. They are top of the league, and when big players have missed games,